So now you have a message. You've answered the 3 questions and you know what it is you really want the other person to understand. You've added some kind of structure that helps the story flow and make logical sense. It's time to get from those small, different supporting points that you have to something that your audience can understand, makes sense to them, and has some kind of impact. 2 basic ideas to keep in mind. You have to have some variation over time. If you don't do that, people get bored, they switch off, they lose
Number
attention. 2, you want the smallest amount of stuff that you can have to have the biggest amount of desired impact. If you put these 2 ideas together, what we're talking about is minimum effective dose.
The options are probably endless. There are so many ways to make a point. But it's not just about the medium. If I want someone to understand that this is the lightest product we've ever had in years, I might do it with numbers and graphs and charts. But maybe I'll get them to hold the product. I will demonstrate it. And if I want to talk about burnout and what is the problem, then I might give a real case of someone to show the problem, or I might give a theoretical definition of the elements of burnout, or I might tell you a story about a monkey with his hand trapped in a jar. Are you doing something really concrete and real life, or are you being a little bit more theoretical? Is the audience just sitting back and doing nothing, or are you going to get them involved more? And in that way, there really are 4 types of content with different examples of media or approach that you might want to consider. You don't have to have everything, but try not to have always the same thing.
Now, of course, in an ideal world, we will know exactly what our audience members prefer. We know what kind of things they understand and don't understand, what kind of knowledge they have, what preferences they have for consuming information. We know what interests them more. Is it a business case or is it a theoretical explanation of why this thing doesn't fit together in an engineering sort? And if you do know your audience well, then you can better tailor your content to the types of needs that they're likely to have. Of course, sometimes we don't know our audience well, so we'll have to do what? Like I said, have some variation. But even when we do know our audience, as time advances, attention drops off. So if we want to keep people interested, if we want to keep things fresh, please remember the 2 main principles of this video. Number 1, have some variation. And number 2, ask yourself, what is the smallest amount of stuff I could have for the biggest impact on this person?